Coming up on the Sports Desk, Suns out, guns out, Torrance. Spring's here this week, bringing us summer weather and spring ball. The El Camino Warriors are on fire. Experts credit solid pitching and defense, but the word from the dugout has us thinking it might be a little friendly teasing, and of course, it's baseball, so we know there's some superstition involved. Meanwhile, the defending Pioneer League champs from the softball field are reloaded for a deep run at the CIF crown, just in time for the fast pitch world to come to Torrance for the weekend. And dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. The 5 Ds coming out to Torrance Beach for a good cause. Our local fitness fans getting together to give back to the troops. All that coming up and more right here on the Sports Desk. What's up, Torrance? Wan Hernandez here to hang with you for another week on the Sports Desk. Before we jump into some of our feature stories for the week, let's get you updated on some really deep postseason action around town. First up, of course, the Bishop Montgomery Knights. A staple in prep basketball dominance, they shared the Delray League title in the regular season, lost in the first round of the CIF's Open Division playoffs, followed by a consolation championship game loss. Even with a legit resume and 24 wins in 2014, they're still hunting for a championship to call their own this season. Enter the CIF State Regional Playoffs, a 2 seed, a shot at the biggest title of them all, a state championship ring. CIF champions or not, their 2 seed in the granddaddy of SoCal tourneys earned the Knights a first-round bye and a visit from Oaks Christian over the weekend. After a rough first half tied at 33, Coach Mitchell gives his boys the pep talk they need, and Stephen Thompson Jr. tips things off, stealing the inbound pass and scoring 4 seconds into the third quarter. All Bishop from that point behind a career night from Thompson. And now the real fun begins because you can't make up storylines like this. The Knights in the semifinal round just like that, hosting their biggest rival. No stranger to the Knights-Cavs rivalry this year, it's the rubber match coming to Torrance. Round 1 went to Sarah and Bishop, with the Cavaliers holding strong on defense in the final 10 seconds. Justin Bibbins with the ball and a chance to make the game-winning shot. Couldn't draw the foul for the heartbreaking home loss. 2 weeks later, they get revenge to share the Delray League title. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Doug Mitchell and crew will likely be a little charged up to put it to Sarah for this one. The Knights have lost a total of 6 games this season. 5 of the 6 teams that have taken them down, all still playing for the state title. The only school whose season has ended, JW North, alive and breathing until just this past weekend, losing in the second round of the same state regional tournament. Meanwhile, the girls' amazing season comes to an end over the weekend. They closed to within 43-42 inside the final minute, but a costly flagrant foul in the final 30 seconds turned a Mater D 1-point lead into a 4-point lead. Too much to overcome in the closing seconds, so the Lady Knights cap off a great season with the CIF Division IV Championship and an appearance in the CIF State Regional Tournament. And at West High, the Warriors still running through their bracket just as strong as ever. Remember last week we talked about West not just winning a CIF title, they ran right through it, winning every playoff game by double digits. The trend continues into their state title bracket. La Costa Canyon, if that looks familiar, it's because that's the same La Costa Canyon down in Carlsbad, whose girls soccer squad hosted the South Spartans on the pitch in their state regional playoffs. West taking care of business on the hardwood. They still have yet to play a tight postseason game. Next up, West gets a second chance to take down El Dorado. El Dorado, the Warriors' CIF finals opponent. This time, they're coming to Torrance for a semifinal game. And our 4th Torrance squad with a state regional berth, the South Spartans, wrapped up their 2nd CIF championship in 5 years, then hit the road to Carlsbad against, well, I already told you, La Costa Canyon. The powerful CIF San Diego section champs ran away with one and put an end to South's impressive championship season. So 2014's over on the pitch, but the girls still get to look forward to getting those rings this week. I told you there was still plenty of postseason news to share, but now that we know what's up with that, time to look forward to spring sports as they pick up speed. We hit the diamond with the El Camino Warriors when we come back.
Parents sure have their hands full, and they could use an extra hand. Now, every state offers free or low-cost health insurance for your sports hero. or budding artist. Kids up to age 19 can get checkups, doctor and dentist visits, hospital care, prescriptions, and more. Your child may qualify based on your family size and income. It's one less thing to worry about. Call or go online for more information.
Here at PSAID, we come together to help and support those who are affected by disasters around the world. We also know there are those who wish to make their own contributions. However, what others don't realize is the way they donate can make a difference. One factor is the additional cost of shipping. Another is whether the donation meets the necessities of those in need. So next time, please make your donations count. Donate cash.
Hi, welcome back to the Sports Desk. Next up, we get a little philosophy lesson from the greatest baseball player ever to live. I'm talking, of course, about Crash Davis. Doesn't matter if he's a fictional character from a movie older than every ball player at El Camino College. His wisdom is infallible when it comes to the parallels of life and baseball. You see, Crash knew how simple the game was. You throw the ball, you hit the ball. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it rains. Think about that for a while. Now, meet the El Camino Warriors. Just like Crash, much wiser than you'd think, they keep things simple. It's a simple game within the game, but it just might be the El Camino Warriors' bread and butter this year.
Whenever we have shutouts, the pitchers get to take BP, and we always make fun of the pitchers because they're non-athletes and all they do is pitch. So what we'll do is we'll line up at shortstop. The rules is you can't move, so if they hit like a line drive, we just have to wear it.
After a 4-5 start to the season, the Warriors went 8-1 in their second 9 games.
Defense and pitching is the key to winning ball games. This year we have one of the best ERAs in the state so far, and we have a really good defense. So whenever you go out there on the mound, you know if you throw strikes and let your defense do the work, you're going to have success.
Plain and simple, they're hot. And like the great Crash Davis said, you never mess with the streak.
We started off a little slow this year, and it took a little bit for us to get together, but I think we're starting to get the chemistry right now, and we're starting to really play really well.
Early on this season, you're going to struggle a little bit because it's an adjustment from high school to college, and they've adjusted really well.
Nobody had to wear any ugly finders in this round of BP, but on the backs of strong pitching and defense, the Warriors gladly play their game the day after each shutout. A season ago, they threw 5 shutouts total. Through mid-March this year, they've thrown 5 more. Clearly, they're getting better at both games.
I think that's what it is. It was really competitive starting in winter ball this year, so we all had to battle and earn for a spot. So I think that's what makes us a better team too.
7 of the Warriors' 9 starters this season are freshmen. 21 of their 33 roster spots, freshmen. 2 of the 3 starting pitchers, also freshmen. They practice like the young team that they are, laughing and having fun. Or maybe it's just easy to have fun when you're winning. Either way, they've got a game to play, and you never mess with the streak.
When the first practice came in here, we saw talent. I mean, a lot of talent, but it needed to be developed, and it needed to be put into a team concept. And the coaches really stressed sacrifice brings success, and we all have sacrifice, and we've done a good job of it.
To the credit of the pitchers on that Elko squad, as much heat as they take for not being athletes, when we watched them play that game in batting practice, they did manage to hit 2 bombs down the right field line. So swinging a bat may not be their day job, but they're getting plenty of practice anyway, with 5 shutouts on the season coming into this week. On deck, a 3-game series against defending conference champs Mount Sac. So we'll see if the Warriors are the real deal as we move through the schedule. Like I said, started the season 4-5, then unloaded 9 wins in the next 10 games. In that stretch, the pitching staff gave up 11 in a shootout win over LA Pierce. Their ERA outside of that game, 1.23. We may have a case of what came first, the chicken or the egg, though. The Warriors also scored 68 runs in that 10-game stretch, so the Elko offense making it real easy for pitchers, or pitching and defense giving the Warriors some pop at the plate. Either way, they're winning. And also on the El Camino campus, just past that right field fence, Elko's new multi-purpose stadium is one step closer to opening. The college had a groundbreaking ceremony this week to celebrate the construction of a $37.2 million complex that will include new locker rooms, a 10-lane track, new press boxes, the works. So, second time's a charm, the original Murdoch Stadium that was built in 1949 is now gone, making way for a brand new home for the El Camino Warriors. Back to the Diamond, doing their fair share of winning, the South Spartans doing damage in the gold division of the El Segundo tourney. They take home the preseason tourney title with a win over Bellflower over the weekend. Ace Matt McGolan tosses 7 innings, allowing 5 hits as the Spartans celebrate a solid start to their 2014 campaign. Early season momentum going to be huge in what expects to be another tight race for the Pioneer League title. And speaking of preseason tourneys, hot streaks, our next squad is enjoying their fair share of it. As North High comes back from Arizona's TOC tourney this past weekend with the fourth place finish, traveling around the country in the preseason isn't simply about getting ready for league play come April. It's their chance to play against the best of the best right out of the gate, which is exactly why the Saxons already know what they're after this season. Valerie Ortega has that story.
The softball season has begun for North High School, and even after losing multiple seniors last year, they're happy with where they are.
We're doing really well so far. We're really coming together as a team, even though we have a few sophomores coming up.
I think we're off to a great start. Even though we lost a lot of people, we're still trying to figure out everything, but overall I think we have a great start as a team.
It's going pretty smoothly so far. Everyone's meshing together and it seems like we're going to have a pretty good season this year.
With the rest of the season ahead, this young Saxon team created goals that they expect to achieve this season.
Our team goals are to win league again and to make it to CIF and hopefully to win CIF as well.
Our main goal is to make it to CIF and to hopefully go far, because this is my senior year, so it's my last opportunity to do so. But overall, that's our team goal, and just to get closer as a team as well.
And to keep going strong, to get more stronger as a team, play together, and we're trying to keep our league name and also continue going into CIF. Another round further than last year.
Just have a great season, do as well as we can in league. Hopefully contend for first place in league like we've contended every year, and try to get it on an extended playoff run.
North has taken first place in the Pioneer League 3 years in a row, and with a lot of new players, they don't feel the pressure to do it again this year.
I mean, there's pressure to keep up, but I think we don't feel the pressure as much since we've done it already 3 times in a row. But it's definitely one of our goals to win league again.
I think as long as we play together as a team and we keep our confidence, we'll do fine.
Along with this determination of repeating as league champs, also comes their expectation to go farther than the first round of the CIF playoffs.
I feel we have more drive this year, even though we have a lot of sophomores and it's a lot of people left last year, we still have a strong team.
This year, I think we just need to go with our heads held high and just take it pitch by pitch, inning by inning, and we'll get through it.
We plan on going a lot farther this year and hopefully we can win CIF.
The Saxons believe they're off to a great start this season, where they hope to defend their league title and surpass what they did last year in CIF. From North, this is Valerie Ortega, reporting for the Sports Desk.
Thanks for that, Valerie. Quick look here at what the Saxons did in that tourney. They run into 2 solid squads over the weekend after a strong opening. First falling to Mission Viejo in the semifinals and then losing a big one to Chino Hills in the 3rd place game. 3 Saxons go deep in that one, but they're all solo shots, keeping offense at a minimum in the late rounds of the Dave Kopp's TOC. So no trophy to bring home, but they do get some looks at a couple of the southern section's toughest squads. The Tartars also out in Bullhead over the weekend. They finished 11th in the tourney. Torrance allowed 6 runs in the top of the 6th inning to fall to O'Connor. Then they blanked Flagstaff in huge fashion before packing it up to come home to, you guessed it, I've only talked about it every week for about a month now, Torrance's National Invitational Tournament. 24 teams from around the country coming to Wilson Park for the 3-day tournament, with Thursdays and Fridays games being live streamed. Then on Saturday, we'll have one of the semifinal games and the championship game for you on our sister station, Torrance Community TV. Those games going down at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. on Saturday, the 22nd. And that means next week when you tune in to the Sports Desk, we'll have updates and stories from that weekend of Fast Pitch. But for now, I'm going to leave you for a couple minutes. Promise you'll be sick of me by the end of the weekend anyway, so when we come back, you'll get a break from prep news around Torrance. We're going to head out to the beach to see what one local group is doing to use an old schoolyard game to impact our community in a positive way.